Hello, I hope you're well and you're having a good day. Today's video, I wanted to talk about my one-to-many approach and why I focus on, 1 to 2 platforms and doing them really, really well. When you do that and you invest your energy and your time into growing 1 to 2 platforms, then everything else in your business will work off that central platform that you are building, right? So in a minute I'll show you exactly what I mean by this approach, and hopefully it'll explain why I'm always going on about, choose 1 to 2 platforms, choose the platforms that work for you, that work for your business, where your customers are. There's a huge amount of pressure to be everywhere at the moment, and I don't want you to feel under pressure to have to be everywhere at that moment. There are platforms out there that might not make sense for your business, and the platforms have got to also work for you as well, because whilst you may be choosing to grow your platform organically, it's going to take you time to do that. You may be using a combination of organic and paid approach, so therefore you're investing time and money into building your community. So building a community takes effort, and there is a currency involved, whether that's time or whether that's money, and so choosing the platform that works for you and your business is very, very important. Yes, there's lots of hacks out there in terms of being able to create bulk content and being able to spread it into lots of different places, but for me, one of the things I really want us to focus on is choosing 1 to 2 platforms and doing them really, really well. And in a moment, I'll explain my one-to-many approach and explain why that's really good for your business and how it will help you reach more customers, sell more, and get your message out into the world. Okay, so I'm a little bit excited because I've got my Flipboard now, yay! And I've got all my colour pens, so I'm ready to go on my whiteboard, and hopefully we'll be able to see how that's going to work for us. But okay, here we go. So I'm on my whiteboard, and hopefully you can read my handwriting. I'm probably going to have to learn how to print, but there you go. So the aim of this really is just to kind of show you that, this is what I'm talking about in terms of my one-to-many approach. So you have your platform. So for me, for example, I choose Facebook. I find Facebook easier to grow than any other platform. I find that I understand the algorithm a lot more. That doesn't mean to say I can't apply everything I know about Facebook to the other platforms, because actually once you understand one, pretty much you can work out how everything else works as well. But my comfort zone is Facebook, and I find that for my businesses, that has often been the best place for it. I'm able to build big communities, I'm able to build groups, I'm able to use Messenger. So there are lots of different features that Facebook offers that I can leverage for my business. So my one-to-many approach really is that I choose Facebook. I choose Facebook over and over, and then often I would choose Facebook and I would choose Instagram. So Instagram is often the sister to my main platform. So you'll normally find my businesses on Facebook and on Instagram, and then for the Monday Club, I'm just creating a YouTube channel only because all the videos I'm creating, I want to put them somewhere. So I decided that actually it'd be really helpful to have a YouTube channel. However, I'm not doing anything else around that YouTube channel at the moment other than storing my content. And interestingly enough, it started to get some organic views. So I'll be interested to see how that grows. But the effort that I'm putting in is around Facebook. So it's my page and it's the group. And then shortly it'll be things like Messenger. So all of the features that bounce off of the Facebook platform. Okay, now for you might decide that actually Instagram is better for you, and that's absolutely fine. It might be Pinterest. The two can work really, really well together. You might have the time to be able to have ongoing conversations, and you prefer to be talking more business to business. Therefore, Twitter might be best suited. You might have a big following on LinkedIn or have a lot of connections. Therefore, you have a good foundation to build, a LinkedIn page and be able to get your content out in that way. So you must choose the platform that's right for you. And as I've always said, choose the 1 to 2 platforms and do them really well. As I was saying earlier, there's a huge amount of pressure to be everywhere. And at the moment, and there's always going to be multiple platforms popping up, right? Because this is a massive market. I mean, there's billions and billions of people now using social media. So from a business perspective, you'd be a bit daft not to try if you had the tools and the team and the technology. So there's loads and loads of people always trying to get our attention. But, I try to kind of use what I know, and that's my comfort zone, and that's fine. When I step out of my comfort zone, I use different platforms, and that's great. But I always use my one-to-many rule, and that is this, okay? So this is my Facebook platform, right? This is where I grow everything, okay? When I grow this and I focus on this and I get, more and more followers and people engaging with my content, sharing with my content, my reach starts to expand out from my platform, okay? So that's what these arrows are, right? So from my pieces of content that I share, and hopefully you've seen this from some of the videos I've been sharing with you, once somebody engages with that platform and they comment on it, that reach for that post starts to go out into the world, okay? It goes to different people, friends of friends, families of friends. And so that's how my platform starts to grow organically, right? I could, for example, have an ad if I wanted, and I could create an ad. And then I could have, more traffic coming into my platform. So if I had an ad here, I would create an ad, I would promote what I'm trying to sell, or, the key message. Maybe I'm trying to get somebody to join up to my email list or something. And I could also drive traffic to my page from my ads, right? So this is my platform and my one-to-many approach. So I can use ads to drive traffic to my platform, and then I can use my content on my platform to then drive traffic and increase the reach of my platform into multiple places, right? But my one-to-many approach, so I'm just going to take off this post-it note here that I've done, because I want to show you this. So I step back, okay, so now I've got this really funky diagram here. And what does it mean? So when I concentrate on one platform and I build a solid foundation for my community, and I, build up a following of, say, the minimum of, 500 to 1,000 people, that's kind of what you want to target. I'm then able to use that platform to drive traffic to other areas of my business, right? So what I mean is for example, when I have got more eyeballs on my platform and I've got more eyeballs looking at my content, I've got more chances of being able to sell my products, because more people are actually looking at my platform, engaging with me, and are hopefully then interested and would like to buy what I'm trying to sell, so my product or my service, okay? If I have a strong platform and I've got lots of people engaging and enjoying my content, I can drive traffic from my platform to my group. So if you look at the Kindness Company at the moment, as I've shown some of the videos, I'm using my platform, and yes, I'm giving away something at the moment as also an incentive. So I'm using a bit of a trick there as well. But predominantly the reason my group is closing in at nearly 1,600 people in 2.5 weeks is because I'm able to use the traffic, the hard-earned traffic that I've acquired here on my platform, and I can send it to my group, right? Now, if I was to start other platforms, okay, I'll never ever have to start from zero again, because I've already invested the time and the effort into my platform, and I've been able to, acquire people that are going to be interested in what I have to offer. And so from that platform, when I have got new other platforms like LinkedIn, like YouTube, like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, TikTok, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm never really ever going to have to start from zero ever again, because actually I can use the traffic from my big platform and push it out to the other platforms as well. And this is why I say about the one-to-many approach, is why I say to you, concentrate on growing 1 to 2 platforms and doing them really, really well. Because when you have established that foundation, it becomes magical, right? You can use that magic to then push traffic from that platform into different parts of your business. Okay, so another place, for example, so I've talked about that you'll get, people more interested in being able to buy your products and services because you're concentrating on your message. You're concentrating on what you want to share here and the content that you're creating. So more and more people are going to become aware. If you were to take that content and split it up into 100 pieces and put it and scattergun it all over the internet, it's a bit hit and miss, right? A bit hit and miss in terms of, who might see it. But if you can focus your efforts on a main platform and invest your time into growing it, then you're actually going to start building a solid customer base, and that customer base will convert and will buy your products or services. And the reason I know that is because they've engaged with you already. So in order for them to like and follow you on your main platform, something has got to have caught their eye, and that is probably the content that you've shared. That's they've commented, they've liked, maybe they've tagged a friend in, they've done an action that actually says to you, I like this space, I want to be here, and therefore I am interested in what you have to offer. Sell. Okay, so again, you've got your main platform. So from that you can create sales, you can push traffic to your group. Eventually, when you start to scale to other platforms, you'll never have to start from zero again, because you can create the traffic from your main platform and push it out into different areas if that becomes a strategy in the long term. Another area that I'm a big fan of is email, right? I'm a huge fan in building an email list. And the reason for that is because you will always own this email list, okay? That is your data to own. And so you can actually use your platform to get people and encourage them to sign up to your newsletter list, your email list. You could run a challenge and, ask people to sign up and register via their email list. You can use Messenger on Facebook, for example, to then, acquire people's email addresses and contact details to be able to build your list. And there are people out there in the world like Amy Porterfield, etc., who supports this. This is her whole business. This is what she teaches about building an email list. For my previous company, I had an email list of 100,000 people. And, it was a massive, massive asset to my brand and to my business. And it helped me to sell more. Okay. So I was able to use my platform to be able to build my email list, right? So can you see where I'm going with this? My one-to-many approach throughout my business, all right? If you were to create a blog or a podcast, again, you're never going to have to start from zero again once you have the foundations in place with your platform, because you'll be able to drive traffic from your community, from your platform to your blog and your podcast. So there are lots and lots of different things. You could have a membership. You could want to create a course. You might want to create, events, things like that. I've seen some really wonderful groups at the moment who are creating meetups and things like that. And they're able to get more people to attend their meetups because they're engaging them and driving traffic from their platform. So this is why I say, over and over, and why I probably sound like a broken record, I guess. Here, this is the most important thing that you can invest your time in addition to growing your business, right? And developing your products and services. It's this one space. I can't tell you, the amount of things that I've been able to do throughout the last sort of 10, 12 years. Because I've had this platform, right? I knew that when I brought back the Kindness Company and I created it, that I was never going to have to start from zero again, because I had my platform. I knew that when I started the group, I'm never going to have to start from zero again because I have my platform and I can drive traffic from it, to lots of other places. Now, driving traffic is quite an interesting one. Some people require incentivizing, which is why I'm kind of doing driving traffic from my main platform to my group, and I'm offering, throughout February we've been doing a competition. So lots of people, they require it to be incentivized. It's not bribery, right? It's just part of the game, okay? So you can incentivize people. You'll often find that if you say to somebody, you're in a chance to win this, or you could contribute to this campaign, or, something that they believe in, they're far likely to jump over to that group and engage, and then trying to say, well, my group's here, it's there if you want to join it. It's very fluid, right? You need to give people a reason, and then you'll see that your traffic will start to move, okay? The email list is another one, and I would encourage you to build that because like your platform, that becomes a very, very big asset. So if you're doing a giveaway or anything like that, think about how you can ask for an email address in exchange for the thing that you are giving away, right? So for my giveaway, I'm asking for people to jump to my group, but you could create a form with something like Jotform or Typeform, something like that. And then you can just say to people, hop over here, register, come back to my post, comment your favorite color. And then what you've done is you've got their email address to make sure you can keep talking to them and nurturing them and telling them all about your business and what you're doing. And then also, you know, you're increasing the reach on your platform because actually they're then going back and carrying on engaging, and more people have got the opportunity to see what you're doing. Okay. Blogs and podcasts, they're really, really popular, especially a podcast at the moment. We're very much switching to audio, I think. And as digital continues to grow, we're probably coming more away from the traditional blog method and into podcasts. But again, you might be a writer rather than a talker, so you may prefer blog, and that's absolutely fine. But if you have your platform and you've got your core following here, you can drive traffic and start to build out the traffic that's going to be growing your blog and your podcast, right? So it's your one-to-many approach, okay? And also the same with sales. So I know I spoke about this earlier, but actually, you know, when you have your platform and it's strong and it's hot and it's engaged and people are enjoying and contributing to what you're doing, what will happen is not only will they buy your products or services you have to offer, they will go off and tell other people too as well, right? So by commenting and by sharing and by engaging with you, what they're telling their friends and family is, this is really interesting to me too. And inadvertently, they're also saying, you know, come have a look at this too. All right. And that's something on Facebook only, by the way, because with Pinterest, with Instagram, Twitter, all those kind of things, you can't generally see what your friends and family are up to, right? But on Facebook, if they comment, if they share, if they contribute to something, normally in your feed, you can see that. So I can't tell you the amount of pages I've started following or supporting because, you know, members of my friends or family have contributed to it, and I've seen it and thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And then I've jumped along too. Same with local events in our community, right? So I live on an island. And so if I see that some of maybe Alice's, some of the parents at Alice's school, if they're liking certain events, because I'm friends with them, I can see that too. So other people's actions as well on your platform will show their friends and family that this is the place that they want to be. Therefore, they're supporting your products or services, and it might be something that they want to buy too. So this is why I say one-to-many. I fundamentally believe that actually if you build a very strong platform, and by the way, it doesn't have to be, 400,000 strong. It doesn't have to reach millions of people a week. You just need a good, strong following of 500 to 1,000 people who are committed to what you are doing. And I know that can sound a lot, but it isn't once you get going, right? Once you start building that momentum. And once you've captivated people's attention, everything else becomes so much easier, and your business can then grow and start to scale into different areas. Okay, so I hope you found this video interesting. As always, if you've got any questions, please let me know. And if you know anybody who might be interested in any of the content that we're sharing, please feel free to invite them. And I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. Take care.